Folks, do you remember this clip? The clip heard around the world. The clip that will be following Angel Reese for the rest of her career. As long as her games don't sell out, as long as her games don't attract a good number of celebrities, as long as her games don't have any type of viewership motion, for lack of better terms, as long as all those three facts remain the same, this clip is going to follow her forever.
Have you ever noticed how bold claims often fall apart when you ask for proof? A Chicago Sky reporter recently questioned Angel Reese about her past statement that people watch women's basketball because of Me Too, and her short reply has since gone viral for the wrong reasons. We'll get to that awkward moment in a bit, but the real issue is in the stats. Is Reese really the main attraction, or has she been benefiting from Caitlin Clark's spotlight all along? This is a classic example of speaking too soon and getting called out. If you're Team Clark, drop baby goat over baby giraffe in the comments. Let's get into it.
It's been so long since I've seen this clip, I forgot how arrogant Angel Reese sounded. I forgot how full of herself Angel Reese sounded. I forgot not only how nasty she sounded, the nasty facial expressions coinciding with her answer. You can see it clear as day. It's written on her face. She's disgusted that she's not getting the credit that she deserves.
Remember when Angel Reese said, "People watch women's basketball because of Me Too"? That bold claim from last season just hit a harsh dose of reality in a big way. Looks like the phrase "reality is coming" might have been more about Angel Reese than anyone else.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
At the peak of her rivalry with Caitlin Clark, Reese presented herself as more than just a top player. She claimed she was a major reason people were tuning in. After LSU beat Iowa a couple of years ago, Reese fully stepped into the spotlight, confidently asserting she was just as much behind the record-breaking viewership as Clark. Her message was clear: women's basketball needed both of them equally.
Angel Reese was asked about this exact statement, and she decided to duck it.
Jump to a recent Chicago Sky press conference kicking off the 2025 season, and a reporter put Reese on the spot, asking if she still stood by her famous claim that people watch women's basketball because of her too.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next question. Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you.
Her response? Just two awkward words. Next question. The tension in the room was obvious. No explanation, no defense, no stats. Just a quick dodge that said more than any real answer would have.
Now, keep in mind, whoever asked this, and there's people clowning the person that asked this, it was her statement going during the basketball season from last year, and the person's asking for her current feelings on said statement, her own statement. She pulled a next question. She ducked that. She duck goose that right out of existence.
That moment wasn't just awkward. It was telling. Faced with her own bold words, Reese had nothing to back them up. And really, why would she try? The numbers paint a totally different picture from the one she pushed last year. The Chicago Sky averaged just 8,000 fans per home game, while the Indiana Fever sold out every game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, drawing over 17,000 fans each time.
Talked about sold out arenas. What arenas are selling out that Caitlin Clark isn't playing in? I need to know. I need to know. But the Las Vegas Aces. No, the Las Vegas Aces sell out their season tickets. Tell me somebody who's selling out every damn place they go that's not named Caitlin Clark. Tell me somebody who's attracting celebrities, numerous celebrities everywhere they go, not named.
Now jump to this year's preseason homecoming game at LSU, Reese's old turf where she won a title and made her name. You'd expect a packed house, right? Instead, just 6,000 fans showed up at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, which holds over 13,000. Not even half full for the return of their champion. Not exactly a strong show of star power.
Her statements from last year, that's from a circus. That was a clown show statement to have made about watching for us and blah, 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 blah.
It gets worse when you look at her other preseason games. The Chicago Sky's home game against the Minnesota Lynx drew just 4,600 attendees. Think about that. Her own WNBA home court couldn't even fill 5,000 seats. Another game against the Lynx, this time in Minnesota, managed only 7,600 fans. And let's be honest, most of those fans came to see the home team Lynx. These aren't the numbers of someone driving a basketball revolution. They're the attendance figures of any other WNBA game.
We're going to find out very quickly who amongst the Chicago Sky fans are really and truly basketball fans, or are they Angel Reese, the content creator fans? Because, and you got some of those folks obviously tuning in for basketball, but is it because of Angel Reese or for the best interest of the Chicago Sky team and you want to see them win?
The pattern's hard to ignore. Game after game, the empty seats speak louder than the hype Reese doesn't want to confront. After the LSU turnout, her mom jumped in on social media to do some damage control, try to explain away the disappointing numbers.
Taking to X to tweet this after all of the hullabaloo about Caitlin Clark and the high ratings. She says, that certain fan base looking in the stands celebrating attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same. Different year, same haters. Have a great day. Well, all right. It is a different year, and it is the same haters, but I think you're calling yourself out, Mama Reese.
The defensive response said it all. When you don't have facts, go after the people pointing them out. That next question moment wasn't just Reese dodging a tough reporter. It was her avoiding the hard truth about her real influence on attendance. She made a bold claim she can't support, and now the receipts are in. The numbers don't lie, and they don't need spin. They clearly show something's off. And those figures are about to look even worse once we stack them against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. The reality is, there's a big difference between claiming to be a draw and actually being one.
That next question, so she doesn't want to take responsibility for her own word.
While Reese avoids questions about her influence, Caitlin Clark doesn't have to say a thing. The numbers speak for her. The contrast is so obvious. It's almost embarrassing for anyone who tried to put themselves on her level.
Reese voluntarily went on a, quote, they're watching for me too, and I want y'all to realize that rant, because she wanted that attention. She created the drama, asking her about her comment as we enter a new season is perfectly normal and not stirring things up. Absolutely.
Remember Clark's homecoming game at Carver Hawkeye Arena? All 15,000 seats sold out in just 45 minutes, faster than it takes to watch a single quarter. Fans weren't just buying tickets, they were scrambling for them like it was a once-in-a-lifetime event. And honestly, this wasn't just a game, it was a full-on phenomenon.
It's Caitlin Clark Mania, and here we go again. 1.3 million people tuned in on Sunday afternoon to see Caitlin Clark return to Iowa as a professional and start raining in three-pointers from ridiculous distances.
Reese's camp might say Clark's popularity is just regional, limited to Iowa and Indiana, but the facts say otherwise. In 2024, Clark's jersey was the second best-selling in all of basketball, right behind Steph Curry. Reese, she didn't even crack the top 10. Clark was the only WNBA player on that list, outselling NBA legends with multiple titles, including LeBron James. Analysts predict she's on pace to become the second best-selling jersey in WNBA history by her sophomore season. These aren't just impressive stats, they're historic.
viewership. Tell me everybody who's getting consistently over 1 million views on their basketball games, not named Caitlin. Oh, okay. And then Angel Reese goes into, I'll be happy to play the villain role. I'll be happy to play the villain, but don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to me. But I'll be happy to play the villain role.
Want an even sharper contrast? Just look at the ticket prices. Preseason games. Yes, preseason games. With Caitlin Clark have averaged over $600 per ticket. That's not a typo. Over $600 to watch exhibition basketball. Numbers that would make some NBA teams jealous. In fact, it's the highest average ticket price ever recorded for any basketball game. Men's or women's, college or pro. Clark didn't just break records, she demolished them.
Angel Reese, why are we next? This guy set you up perfectly to give an answer of you being full of yourself. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. They are only watching because of me too. They only know that other girl because of me too. They only go to her games instead of my games because of me too. They only watch all of her games instead of watching all of my games because of me too. She's the #1 jersey seller in the WNBA. Why? Because of me too. That's why. Time Magazine Sports, because of me. Everything Caitlin Clark has is because of me. Angel, you could have done.
Clark's impact goes way beyond packed arenas. Teams facing the Fever are literally moving games to bigger NBA venues just to handle the demand, something that's never happened for Reese or any other WNBA player. Then there's the merch boom. The Indiana Fever rolled out their Now You Know campaign built around Clark, and sales are exploding across every product line. They even dropped a tour-style shirt that says every game is a home game, a clear nod to how Clark packs crowds wherever she plays. The message isn't subtle. The Fever are now a must-watch team, and everyone knows exactly who's behind it.
This thread on Twitter, I was shocked by it. I was pleasantly shocked and surprised. I thought it was so cool and so savage.
Maybe the clearest sign of all, the Indiana Fever will have 41 of their 44 games nationally televised this season. That's 93% of their schedule. For comparison, even the Los Angeles Lakers only had 39 nationally televised games. When a WNBA team gets more national coverage than one of the NBA's biggest franchises, you know something major is happening. This isn't about TV execs being Clark fans. It's about numbers. People watch when she plays, networks follow the ratings, and money follows the audience. The WNBA gets it too. That's why their latest ad campaign puts Clark front and center. They're leaning into what works.
Of course, we have the Indiana Fever being that premier team in the WNBA. They are the team that has the most fans. Like they said, every away game turns into a home game. Like they know that they have that fan.
The numbers don't lie. Attendance, merchandise sales, and TV coverage all point to one clear truth. Caitlin Clark is the engine behind the WNBA's current rise. She's not just excelling on the court. She's reshaping the financial landscape of the entire league. The contrast is sharp. One player makes loud claims and goes silent when it's time to back them up, while the other lets packed arenas and record-breaking stats do the talking. This isn't about personal preference or style of play anymore. It's about facts. And those facts make it clear who's truly moving women's basketball forward.
Today, basically clapping back at all of that and proving that they know that they are the moment, they are the Showtime team, they are the biggest team currently in the WNBA. This kind of stuff is not only good for the Indiana Fever, it's good for the entire
The Fever didn't just draft Caitlin Clark and cross their fingers. They built their entire organizational strategy around her, showing they understand a key truth. Real star power needs real support, both on and off the court. While the Chicago Sky still seem unsure about Angel Reese's role, future cornerstone, marketing tool, or just comic relief, Indiana has gone all in with a clear win now approach. They've added proven veterans like Sophie Cunningham, Dana Bonner, and Natasha Howard. Not random pickups, but smart moves to help Clark succeed right away. Cunningham even compared Clark to a young Diana Taurasi, calling her game spicier, flashier, and even more dangerous. That's not just hype, It's a veteran recognizing true star power. The Fever get it. Drafting a superstar is just the start. You got to build around them.
I think anytime you play with the GOAT of our team or the GOAT of our game, you're going to learn a lot. You have to be ready for the ball, head on a swivel at all times. And the way that she throws the ball is a lot how DT threw it. I think this is just the younger version of her. So she has a little bit more energy, a little bit more spunk. I miss DT in her prime, but doesn't mean she wasn't great when I played with her. But honestly, at the end of the day, everybody can shoot, right? If you're cutting and you're open, you're going to get the ball. And so you just have to be ready for that. And I'm excited for that. And I think you'll see 1 through 5 is interchangeable. And so you'll see the 5 bring the ball down. So it's going to be a little different for other teams to play defense against us.
This strategic mindset highlights the clear gap between the Fever and the Sky. Indiana understands that real star power needs to be backed by strong organizational support and results on the court. You can't just throw a player on a billboard and expect crowds to show up. You have to win, build chemistry, and create something fans genuinely want to support. By adding experienced winners alongside rising talents like Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever have built a balanced, competitive roster ready to succeed now, not years from now. Their message is simple. We're not waiting, we're here to win. In contrast, Chicago's approach with Reese feels passive and uncertain. It's unclear if they see her as a franchise player or just another name on the roster. There's no strong push to build a team around her, no bold moves to help her shine. It's the difference between a franchise with a clear plan and one that's just reacting as it goes.
Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese point at the ring finger back at LSU? Did Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese hop up off the bench like a member of Cobra Kai when Kennedy Carter cheap-shotted Caitlin? Does Caitlin Clark make Angel Reese complain about everything? She can't afford to pay her rent. She can't do this. She can't do that. A lot of whining. But then all of the narcissistic comments at the same time. And maybe she comes by it on.
The Fever's commitment goes far beyond just building a strong roster. They've upgraded their facilities, ramped up marketing, and fully embraced their role as the WNBA's new flagship franchise. They know that unlocking Clark's full impact takes an all-in, top-to-bottom approach. What makes this even more impressive is how fast it's happened. In just a year, Indiana went from being a lottery regular to the league's hottest team. Must-see TV every night. That kind of turnaround isn't luck. It's the result of smart planning and a clear, unified vision across the entire organization.
Here to chase greatness, we're here to claim it. Our ambitions don't fit into headlines or highlight reels. So if you thought we arrived,
2 more for Boston.
now you know. We're not here for the moment. We're here for the takeover.
The Fever's approach shows that real star power only works when paired with smart, focused strategy on the court and behind the scenes. You can't separate talent from team vision. The most successful franchises don't just draft stars. They build the right environment for those stars to shine. While Reese struggles to back up her bold claims with results, Clark and the Fever are proving that action beats talk every time. Clark never had to say she's a draw. The Fever built their entire plan around that truth, and the payoff is undeniable. The contrast is striking. One player talks about her influence, the other is actively changing the league. One team looks unsure of where it's headed. The other is all in on a clear, winning direction. This isn't just about athletes. It's about how organizations think, plan, and execute to turn potential into real, lasting success.
The 17th in Indianapolis, Indiana, when the season is going to be kicked off with the Ali Frazier of our generation. Caitlin Clark hosting the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. The Indiana Fever at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
The truth couldn't be clearer. While Angel Reese dodges questions about her influence, Caitlin Clark is out here reshaping women's basketball with the numbers to prove it. Sold-out arenas, record jersey sales, and unmatched TV exposure don't lie. The 2025 season will make it all even more obvious. Clark will headline national broadcasts and fill NBA arenas, while Reese will be left trying to back up her bold claims with real results. This isn't just a sports story, it's a life lesson. Some talk about being great. Others let their actions do the talking. If you're Team Clark, comment baby goat over baby giraffe below, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on screen, and we'll see you in the next one.